Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hi, everyone. This is Meg.
Hi, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So, Heather, actually, before we talk about what we're popping open today, I do want to call out that this is episode 52, which means we have officially been recording for an entire year, which is publishing for an entire year, which is just amazing. And I think is worth celebrating and calling out.
Totally agree. This has been such a fun experience, I think, for both of us. And I hope lots of people have found this educational and useful. And next episode is going to start our season 2. So that's exciting.
Yes. All right. So question we ask every time. What are we popping open today?
So we have talked about convention. We have talked about the new MetaPower line. Today, we're going to pop open a conversation on all of the other products that were released at convention. So up first is a new mint blend called Supermint. So why don't you give me your first impression scent-wise?
So minty.
So minty. But it's nice. It doesn't feel as sharp as peppermint. It feels softer.
I totally agree, which is interesting too, since it is 4 different types of mint, but it's not overpowering. And peppermint is one of the oils I use most often, and I love the overpoweringness, but it's nice to have a gentler version.
You know what's interesting about this too? I used this yesterday, and I smell a different mint oil each time I use this or smell it. So let's talk about 4 oils that are in this is peppermint, Japanese mint, bergamot mint, and spearmint. Yesterday, the bergamot mint is what I smelled. And today, I'm going to say I smell more of the Japanese mint.
Yeah. For those of you who follow me on Instagram stories specifically, you know that bergamot mint is one of my favorite mints. And I was obsessed about it and diffusing it nonstop and sharing about it. And then it dawned on me it's not actually something we can buy. So I love the fact that now we do have something that has bergamot mint in it. And I agree. I can definitely, today anyways, I can smell the bergamot mint.
So you're just out there making everybody jealous. And they're like, haha, look what I have that you cannot have regularly.
And also now I am very sparing with that bottle. So I'm excited to have something else. It smells really good. It
does smell really good. So the reason this one came up, from my understanding, is that the mint industry, it was like a $30 billion industry, and they wanted to increase the menthol content that was in the mint oil bottle. But lots of people were recommending that they add these menthol crystals. That was what was suggested to increase their menthol content. And doTERRA was like, no, because they're synthetic. We don't put synthetic things in our oils. And so they had to find the right combination of oils to be able to get the high content of menthol. And this was the synergistic combination that they were able to come up with. It's lovely. It activates those cold receptors on your skin. So you definitely get a little bit of that minty chill. It's uplifting because it's minty.
It's definitely uplifting. I already feel mood lifted. As we've been talking, I've put it on the back of my neck. I've smelled it multiple times. It's super energizing. The other thing that I thought was really cool about this one is all 4 of the mints come from India. And so they were talking about the impact that it has on that specific country. And that was really exciting to hear as well. They specifically picked an area that they knew they could have a huge impact on.
I actually have a couple of statistics about that in front of me. So the Supermint sourcing, it supports 16,000 small scale farmers. The mint oils in Supermint are sourced in states with some of the highest poverty rates in India. And then growing mint can increase a farmer's income by as much as 40%. So Those are all really nice to hear. They had a farmer and some of the, employees of that farmer that their lives were significantly improved after they were able to work with doTERRA, which was exciting. I can't stop smelling this. It smells really good. All of the same qualities of all of the mints usually. So mental clarity, focus, digestion, fresh breath. It can be used all 3 ways. We've got that supplements facts box on the back. It came in the 15 ml oil. It came in a roll-on, and then it came in the beadlets.
Okay. Oil number 2.
Number 2, we are going to talk about Guaiacwood.
which this is the oil I was most excited about, even though I cannot pronounce it.
That was my phonetic. I wrote it down so that I could.
I know. I love that you did that. I love the way this one smells. It's woody, it's sweet, and it kind of smells like smoky or like paprika or something like that to me.
Agreed. You know, the first time I smelled it, I got a little campfire, and I don't get that right this second. It's a little more subdued than that, but you still do get the smoky. Used by Native Americans for wellness practices, meditation, stuff like that. You were interested in the Palo Santo oil, I believe.
However, well, that oil, I was actually thinking about buying Palo Santo wood to like burn and then have the smell in the house.
Oh.
But I really hadn't done it yet because I wasn't sure how to find the wood that was sourced properly, not even knowing that was actually an issue.
Interesting.
So, yeah,
okay.
that's something that doTERRA talked about. They said that Palo Santo is actually an endangered species wood, and so most of it that is sold is like unethically sourced.
Correct.
And so this oil has the same chemical properties, will have the same impact on you, but they're able to source it ethically. And then it's just a really beautiful smelling, super grounding oil. And it's also considered holy wood.
Yeah. It's sourced from Paraguay. Good for the skin, stabilizing, soothing. The wood is a beautiful blue color when it's first cut. I loved looking at the pictures of that.
Interestingly enough, the oil in the bottle is not blue. So it's not like blue tansy or anything, but the wood is that pretty color of blue. And they said that this oil thickens, which I don't know that I've seen that yet. Like my bottle's definitely not thick. So
yeah, I have not had that experience yet either, like vetiver or myrrh or something like that. This has been fine so far. This is aromatic and topical use only. You have used it in a diffuser blend with what? I know you've diffused it.
I did it with grapefruit because I love grapefruit with any type of wood oil. And this one, I feel like in the bottle, it smells strong. In the diffuser, it was very light. Like I probably could have doubled the amount of oil I put in the diffuser.
Interesting.
But it's a really nice smell. This would be great if you're into like meditation, yoga, anything like that, prayer, all of that. It would pair well with that. Okay, oil number 3.
Next up, we have Spanish sage. The room went crazy when they introduced this one. Lots and lots of people seem to be excited about this Spanish sage.
Yeah, which is so interesting because I like sage for cooking, and it smells like what I cook with. But I do know, again, kind of like the Palo Santo, people will sage their house. And
Correct.
So they'll get a bunch of dried sage and light it and then use the smoke to move around. And so this would be a way to do that in a diffuser instead of, the fire hazard way.
Well, and one of the things that they talked about, I really like this because you think about this for house clearing or house cleansing too, but it said that it clears out mental cobwebs. Yeah. So this was one they talked about diffusing for, when you're working, homework, stuff like that, because you get the alertness, mental clarity.
Well, and the word sage is another word for wisdom. And so again, that kind of ties together getting rid of the mental cobwebs to have mental clarity.
So they also referred to this one as being good with dry brushing. I have not tried that yet with this one, but that was one that they suggested, and combining it with shampoo in the shower because then you're massaging it onto your scalp as well.
Yeah, I definitely want to try that sometime soon. I haven't tried it with the dry brushing because I've been using MetaPower for that, which listen to our last episode to hear more about that one.
Spanish sage can be used all 3 ways. So I have not used it for any internal use stuff, but that is an option as well.
I actually haven't used this one at all, but smelling it today, I'm reminded the very first time I smelled it, I thought, oh, this would be so nice mixed with lime. So maybe today I will put that in my diffuser.
That would be good.
Sage.
And I had done their combination they had suggested frankincense, peppermint, and Spanish sage in the diffuser. So I tried that a while ago, and that was really nice too. And felt like I could sit here and do all the work I needed to at the computer and stay focused.
Nice. Okay, so what do we have up next?
Up next is eucalyptus. Now, you might think, well, eucalyptus existed before. Yes, it did, but the old eucalyptus was only one species of eucalyptus. This is now a eucalyptus blend of 5 different eucalyptus species.
Which then makes it more potent, more effective, and also really rare that an essential oil company does this. But doTERRA has done this with multiple things. So they've done this with frankincense. They've done this with copaiba. I think they've done this with cypress as well. Is there another one?
I'm not sure. But yeah, the combining of the different species. And I think that makes a little bit more for the reliability in their sourcing. So they have a little bit more sustainable sourcing, and then the consistency of the chemical constituents. 2 of the species that are in this, doTERRA is the only essential oil company using these 2 species. And so it's Lockless, which was short for a much longer name, but that's what they referred to it as, and Polybractea. And so doTERRA is now the only essential oil company using those 2 species of eucalyptus, which is exciting as well.
It smells good.
It does smell good. All of the typical things that you would use eucalyptus for: respiratory, inflammatory response, seasonal threat stuff. We had some congestion going on recently and went to go do the steamer mug. And so I used the new eucalyptus instead of our old one. We've got our old episode that you can listen to for that recipe. And then I've used this just as topical treatment as well for my son when he was feeling congested. So I love the scent of this one. The other one smelled good. This one just smells a little bit fresher to me somehow.
Yeah. So I currently have this mixed with lavender in my bubble diffuser in the bathroom, and it smells great. Very spa-like.
And this one is aromatic and topical only, so no internal use for eucalyptus.
Yep. All right. Well, next up we have a non-oil product. So doTERRA for a long time has had OnGuard Sanitizing Hand Mist, but now they have a gel, and it's nice. It's a gel. Like it's now like all other hand sanitizers.
Right. So maybe that's just easier for certain people application wise. I love the mist. I can't say that I'm going to transition fully to the gel, but I love the mist. Honestly, my favorite thing about the gel was the way they distributed it.
Yes.
So all of a sudden they tell everybody to look up, and you can't just throw these little bottles of sanitizing gel down on a room full of people. And so they parachuted them down with these really cute OnGuard parachutes. And next thing you know, hundreds of parachutes are going through the convention center. It was so cool catching these OnGuard gels. So that was fun.
I would have had a really cool video that we could share with y'all, but I thought I was going to catch one, so I dropped my phone.
But we did not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. Last but not least, we are going to talk about something that was completely unexpected to me. I did not know this was even something that was talked about or considered, but I'm super excited about it. They came out with a shampoo and conditioner bar.
And these are so cool. Again, I mean, like you, did not expect it. I knew that this was a thing, but I've never considered using it. And really, I've thought before, it surely couldn't work well. Like to rub a bar of soap on your head and somehow wash your hair just doesn't make sense logically. But everybody who's used this is raving about it and how this is the only shampoo that they're going to use. Shampoo and conditioner that they're going to use. So I think this is going to be really popular.
So it's rosemary and mint scent, and it smells wonderful. It smells so good.
You want to know why it smells so good?
Tell me why it smells so good.
It's bergamot mint.
Is it? Does it say that? I didn't even read that. Well, and I think that the bergamot mint is one of, I think there's other oils in here too.
There are,
but
yeah.
It's a very good combination, and I really like it. So let's talk about all of the fun things in this. I think the biggest thing is that these 2 little pieces of solid bar replaces up to 2 8.5-ounce plastic bottles. So that's kind of cool. It saves 13.6 fluid ounces of water. And then it's packaged with bio-based recyclable materials. It's clean and green. So, of course, it's sulfate-free, paraben-free, phthalate-free, all that kind of stuff. Nourishing for all hair types, color-safe, vegan-friendly, cruelty-free, sustainably sourced. Like, what couldn't you want?
Right, right. Yeah. And it's small packaging too. Like, it's amazing. I love what you said, that you would take this for camping.
Yeah. I feel like traveling with liquids when we're camping, already we've got, stuff stacked in various specific ways just so that it doesn't spill. And so liquids is not something that I usually prefer to bring. In fact, we were trying to bring OnGuard hand soap because we always have like a little hand washing station, but just having the liquid always felt like too much. So I switched back to just like the regular bar soap. So this will be a really nice addition so that we don't have to bring liquid shampoo and conditioner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my hair will just look fabulous while we're camping.
Yeah, it will. And everybody will be commenting on it.
Yeah, lady, why do you have nice hair while you're camping?
You're clearly not really camping.
Right. You're not a camper.
So lots of fun new stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't all come out right away. The OnGuard hand sanitizing gel, the Eucalyptus, the Guaiacwood, jasmine. We forgot to even mention the jasmine because neither Heather or I purchased it, but they do have a pure jasmine essential oil. First time to have that versus a jasmine absolute.
Okay, so hold on a second. Sorry, let's. I totally forgot about the story that came behind that because they brought in this sourcing partner that they had been using for the jasmine that they had before, which was the absolute, not the essential oil. Mm-hmm. And to date, nobody had ever been able to get an essential oil from jasmine. So this guy talks about how he's been in this family business of jasmine for 22 years. And for like 18 of these years, he's been trying to figure out a way to get an essential oil out of it. His wife was over it, right? Like she was over it years ago. Like, just stop. You're not going to figure it out. You're not going to figure it out. He figured it out. And so we're also the first company to have pure jasmine essential oil, which is really exciting too. Now, this stuff's costly. It's not as much as rose, but you do get a little bottle for a good deal of money. And so this will be something that I'll be using my points for in the future. I didn't want to pay for it right then, but it smelled lovely. And it was really exciting to know that this guy has spent, most of his life trying to figure this out, and he was successful. Yay. And now,
just to watch like the joy on his face as he was explaining this huge accomplishment too was awesome.
So sorry to interrupt, but I forgot about that story. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So the other things that will be available October 1st, shampoo, conditioner bars, and then MetaPower. So then in November is when you'll be able to buy MetaPower as individual items. So like you don't have to buy the entire kit. Then January is when Supermint will come out, and March is when Spanish Sage will come out. So you've got a little bit of time before you can experience all of these, but they are well worth it.
Yeah. What is your favorite of these products that just came out? What are you looking forward to using the most?
Well, I would say the Guaiacwood. Am I saying it right that time?
You did say it right.
Yay. Yeah. So that one, but also because I put this Supermint on the back of my neck, I'm feeling really good right now. So that's kind of competing for first place with the Guaiacwood for me. How about you?
A Supermint, actually. I felt like I was really excited about all they said about it in convention. And since I've used all three of the forms of it multiple times. Yeah. The beadlets have been a nice change from the peppermint beadlets when I want a breath refresher. So yeah, I have really enjoyed the Supermint. So I am most excited about that one. But honestly, I love all of the new scents. I'm excited about those. I'm super excited about the shampoo bars, but Supermint's going to be my favorite.
Well, we hope that you all are as excited about these new products as we are, and we hope you learned something new about them by listening to this podcast. Feel free to share it with others. And we so appreciate you taking the time every week to listen. We will have a brand new episode next Friday come out, and every Friday going forward. And also next Friday is when we start season 2 officially. So we're excited for that as well. Have a wonderful week. If you want to connect with us, please do. We have our Ask Us Anything every third Thursday of the month, except for September's. And so we would love to have you join there, ask us anything, connect with us. And you can find the link to register for that on any of our social media.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.